I'm gonna try oatmeal cranberry bites. They're not something I would usually get, but I thought, let's try it. So it is soft bite-sized baked granola with red cranberries, rolled oats, and seeds. Rolled oats. Okay. Okay. So they look like the cookies for dessert, except they're slightly smaller. And you can kind of see through some parts of it. See? The open holes. So the cranberries and nuts and stuff look pretty small. You can see the cranberry like there. How many come in this? Probably 6 again? Yeah, 6 is, 7. There's one hiding down here, so 7. And when they're all in here, they come to about there in the package. So a lot of these things, of course, are air. They are for all the time. Okay, stop trying. Wow. They're not what you expect. The consistency's throwing me off. Not that it's a bad consistency, but it's not. It's an unexpected consistency. Like, okay, from the picture, you would gather they'd be like moist, thick, sort of round things that you eat like a little muffin top or something from the picture. And then you take it out, and it looks like that, and you're thinking it's going to be crunchy, like the little cookies they have. But it's somewhere in between. It's hard and thick and not that crunchy. It's really weird. So consistency is different than you would think from the package and from the way it looks. I mean, the consistency is fine, it's just it's different than you'd think. You can taste the cranberries, but not that much, not enough to make you not like it. In fact, they add like a little touch of sweetness to it. The cookie itself is pretty good. You totally taste the oatmeal. In a good way if you like oatmeal. So, not as bad as I thought it was going to be, honestly, which is awesome. It's always nice to wake up in the morning and eat something you think you're not going to like that much, but you'll just get it over with. It turns out to be okay. So they're like mini cookies for breakfast, actually, which is kind of nice, to be honest. Wake up and eat cookies and end the day on cookies, which is what I'm going to do today. Cookie day. So, yeah, I would say they're good, but again, I still like their other breakfast things just a little better. So I'll give this one like 3.5 to 4. Weird thing of red beans and rice. And it comes in a little packet. It's really weird. You have to cut it across the top of it and then add a tablespoon of water and then microwave it for 60 seconds and then you pour it into a bowl. So I was like, how is that going to work? And it looks like on the bottom it's got that prop, you'd have to like stand it up, I guess. And so anyway, you add a tablespoon of water, heat it for a minute, and then pour it into a bowl. So we'll see. So we'll see. We'll see. Magical paste type thing. Once you add the water, it comes to about there in the package. And that's what it looks like. Oh my gosh. That's what it looks like in there. So, messy looking. Spicy. It's chicken sausage in a spicy sauce. So this is another Nutrisystem item with beans. So, luckily my husband's away at school. I'm gonna get another bite out so you can see. Meat, beans, rice. The bits of meat are good. The chicken sausage is really good. It's not spicy. It's not as spicy as it smells like it is. And instead of getting a spicy taste, I get kind of like a hummus taste, You know, kind of tastes like a hummus sort of mashed up bean aftertaste. So you really taste the beans the most in this. And did it again for lunches. I'm seeming to really like that cheese tortellini I had this week, and the loaded potato from weeks ago or whatever. Those are still my two favorite dry good lunch items. So I don't think I would get this again. I don't think I would ever have a hankering for, I want some beans and rice. Right?
Meat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For what it is, it's like a 4, I would say. But for like my personal use, it's probably gonna end up being like a 2 or 3. I probably wouldn't order it again, or very rarely.
Yeah.
So for dinner, we are having hearty beef stew. So it is a beef combined in a thick broth with potatoes, carrots, and peas. You take off the lid of the metal thing and put it back on, and then microwave it for 60 seconds again. So I'm going to do 2 minutes instead of 1. You want some chapstick? Say chapstick.
Chapstick.
Say beef stew.
Beef stew.
The chili I had last night, all the solids of this one go to the bottom, and the fluids rise to the top. So, anyways, I thought I'd mention that. And this whole dinner in a cup thing, I don't think I'm going to do that very often, because lunch in a cup is one thing, but dinner in a cup, that's weird. Anyways, so, that's what it looks like. You got chunks of stuff and chunks of stuff. And of course I eat a bunch of vegetables on the side, like 2-3 cups of vegetables on the side. So if something has vegetables in it already, I'm like, well, I guess. Okay, I'm seeing lots of chunks of meat, lots of chunks of potatoes. Actually, not as many chunks of the carrots or peas, but you're definitely going to get a good amount of beef and of potatoes in here. So we'll give you, see, that's what that looks like. Those 2 white chunks in the front are potato, and the one in the back is beef. So, yeah. It's pretty decent. And if you're in the mood for like a stew type thing, like hearty beef stew, it is pretty hearty. I mean, there's liquid in here too, but there's a lot of bulk of the meat and potatoes and vegetables and stuff. So, very nice. For stew itself, I'd probably say 4. But me personally, again, like I always say, I'd rather have a pizza. So for me, I probably wouldn't order it again. Maybe like a 2.5 personally. Having cookies after cookies after cookies, girl. Okay, so oatmeal chocolate chunk cookie. It is a soft, chewy cookie with real chocolate chips and a hint of spice. They don't say which spice. What do you think it is? Pepper? Okay. Wow, that's a pretty decent sized one. Compared to the package. This is like a good size. Look at that. This guy's a little bigger than the size of your palm. Whoa. The only other soft cookie I've had was the peanut butter one, so we'll see. You want to take a bite?
No.
Okay. Okay, so the spice, the hint of spice we're talking about, it's like a combination of cinnamon and like nutmeg is what you taste the most. The chocolate chips are really tiny compared to the rest of the cookie. And the consistency is very good, very moist and chewy and stuff. And the size is great too, so I would honestly order this again. This is really good. I'm going to say 4.5 though, because they're using too many spices really, instead of making it taste like buttery or chocolatey or how you would want a cookie to taste. But still very good. 4.5.